Cut out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Well, it's Friday, but it's still 0 dark 30. Welcome back to the show, folks. What a show it's going to be here. A quick little talk about, well, the inevitables. I know that's not the title of the video, but it ought to be. The inevitables instead of the incredibles. Inevitably, or as the inevitables do, they show us all their signs of failure, and those signs, folks, are getting very, very loud. Very loud indeed. Biden is broken. Biden is collapsing. And that means that the left, the political left, is going to lose it. They will also break down, and get into nothing, folks. Nothing but fights and arguments and political wars. And this is scary for me. Or should I say for us as patriots? Because at any time they could pull the plug. They could go full aspirin factory or full milk factory and just start bombing the shit out of stuff. They're that fucked up. They are. Well, they really are. Yesterday, while at NATO, Biden, in his brilliant wisdom, was trying to introduce Voldemort Zelensky, right? The little light in the loafers leader, the little skinny jean wearing genocidal maniac. Biden said, introduced him as President Putin. That's correct. And then later he was going to have a let's save the campaign. Let's save the presidency speech. He was finally, after months and months and months of refusing to have press conferences, finally said, okay, we're going to have the quote big boy presser. He's going to put on his big boy pants and come out and talk. Well, talk he did. Apart from the usual stupid mumbling and lunacy and idiocy, Biden referred to Kamala Harris as, wait for it, he called her Vice President Trump. Now, he just referred to two of his allies by the names of two of his enemies. That, my friends, is not a good idea. Woo! You don't want your enemies being called your good names, and your good guys going, hey, that guy over there is Putin. Go put a bullet in him. Especially with a political candidate that thinks that he can do whatever he wants, regardless of whether it's lawful or not. Because they believe that immunity isn't qualified, but absolute. No stopping me now. Right, it's a scary deal, folks. Biden went on to have a very bad press conference, fully. The media wanted to attack him, question him. It was a train wreck, train wreck. It could have been a lot worse. I mean, they did have him juiced up and sauced up and medicated fully. They did, yes. You got to make sure they do the best they can. It's campaign time. This is go time. This is into the world as they know it if they lose, right? I just think it's absolutely fabulous. Imagine all the little snowflakes. Imagine them from 2016 when Trump defeated Hillary, and they were crying tears of sadness and worry and regret when Trump won. And 8 years later, if they lose again. At first it was in my early 20s, and then it was my my late 20s that I had to feel this way. Woo. Yeah, it's going to happen, folks. The tears are coming. Except I think these people are more violent than ever. But they don't want to let go. They know that Joe's their best bet. But the calls for dumping him grew even louder after last night's pitiful performance. And I think even CNN strongly alluded to the fact that, it's a joke. It's a sham. Biden's a puppet, literally. Almost. If there were strings, right, we'd see them. Now, the old guard is still there in the Democrat Party. And they know, folks, they absolutely know. They absolutely know that they have to keep Biden. But then the other part absolutely know that if they keep Biden, turnout's going to be so low, even though he's their best bet, he's still a piss poor bet. But the turnout will be so low, they'll lose congressional seats, House and Senate. Possibly lose their majority in the Senate. They can't take that chance, right? But Chris Matthews, hardcore Democrat communist Chris Matthews. Imagine there being a socialist media, and then there's a media that's so hardcore you can't believe it. Right? They make them look mild. Well, Chris Matthews is one of these communist, never going to be mild types. And he came out and he just basically threatened everybody. There's going to be hell to pay. There's going to be revenge. There's going to be a penalty. There's going to be a big cost for anybody who tries to get Biden to step down. Right? Can you believe that? They just come out and start threatening their own people. They're being disloyal. Well, there's loyal to Biden, and then there's loyal to the political movement. The political movement being Destroy America. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable what's going on. Chris Matthews just threatening everybody. There's going to be hell to pay. There's going to be a price. There's a penalty. I'm Chris Matthews. What a week. What a week. And tonight we're going to do the Free for All Friday. I really hope you show up. We're going to do it live, the same way we do every week. Unless, of course, the internet absolutely fails. But I doubt that'll happen. It could happen at the bunker, but it may not. Anyways, what do we got, folks? What have we got? We've got a 3-ring circus. The leader, people used to say the president was the leader of the free world. So, I mean, what is it now? The unfree leader of the not so free world, Biden, is coming apart at the seams. He doesn't know who he's talking to. He doesn't know who he's talking about. And sometimes, quite frequently indeed, he talks to the reporters in whispering tones. Needed this again, as if, well, if I talk real quiet, my handlers won't hear it. Right? He's almost like a kidnapping victim who's got a chance to talk to someone about the problems they're having. And he doesn't want to get caught. Well, if I say that, they'll get mad at me if I start talking about this and that. That's why they cut his mic the other day. The president of the United States has his mic turned off, so his words of lunacy and idiocy can't be heard. Folks, if those are the words coming out of his mouth, imagine the thoughts that are in his brain. and the decisions and power he has. Scary, scary indeed. Chance favors the prepared mind is yours.